absolutely dead this morning. Oh my God, I sound so old and so awful. Oh, absolutely dead. I didn't have a particularly late night, but I've had a few late nights this week, and then I got woken up 4 times overnight because one of our dogs isn't very well. Suki's not very well, so she's had a few mishaps overnight. So 1:30 in the morning was not the most fun thing to have to deal with, and then again at 3:30, and then whatever other times I had to get up. So I'm a little bit like, oh my God, I'm dying. So I'm gonna get in the pool, go for a swim this morning to wake myself up. And as I said that, I got joined. Hello. So I guess that's now the plan. Right, someone, every time, someone go check how warm it is. Go check how warm it is, and watch out for the grass. Yeah, it might bite you.
2, 1, go!
That was a lovely swim. Delaney's still in the pool. Even Emma joined us. Now it's a bit cold, so I'm just going to jump in the hot tub. So I'm gonna go in there and just wake up, and then I'll finish waking up. I already feel a lot more awake, and then I'm going to get some breakfast and get up and get about my day. So it's a nice way to start. So my original plan this morning was to do the garden. So I was going to spend the morning, I was going to trim the garden, and then I was going to get Nige out and cut the grass, and do all that kind of stuff this morning. And I was going to work this afternoon because that's just how the weather and stuff was going to work out best. However, it is raining, as you might be able to see from behind me. So I'm sat outside. I'm still under our pergola, which is really cool. Because I can sit outside because it's still quite warm, but it is obviously raining, and I'm going to revert my day. I'm going to do some work. I am kind of hoping that obviously it stops raining in a second and the sun comes out, because I want to cut the grass today because I know it's supposed to rain for the next 6, maybe 7 days. I'd like to get the grass cut today so it's done, and then it will really come through quite nicely. Listen to me talking about as if I know what I'm talking about with grass, not this kind of grass. So I've got to do that. That was my plan, but like I say, it's raining, so I'm just going to change my day. I'm going to do some work this morning, basically until I can get into the garden. If I can't get into the garden, then I guess I just won't cut the grass for another week, and I'll have a week off cutting grass. So yeah, that's my plan. Kids have gone off for a group this morning, so Emma will be back shortly. I've got 2 dogs with me. I'll show you. This little one is just going to wander around and say hello, isn't you, buddy? Django. Hello. You can say hello. Yeah, so this one will just chill out here with me. The other one, however, is in there. I don't know if you can see her, actually. Let's see if I can zoom in a little bit. There's a bit of a mess inside my house. She is in her bed, down in there somewhere. Let's see if I move over here. Oh, there she is. You can just see her here. She's she's not very well, so she's just chilling out this morning, in her bed, just relaxing, and just hopefully gonna feel better later. And this is my view. So again, a bit of a mess. Need to sort some bits out. But it's all right. It's okay. We're okay with that. Emma's going to get mad. All of our swimming stuff's hanging up here drying. She'd kick my ass. Thankfully, she doesn't watch the video, so it won't matter. But yeah, so that's basically what I'm going to do for the next few hours. So I pretty much started work. I started work 12 hours ago, 10 o'clock this morning. I did about 3 hours maybe on actual kind of business work, and I moved on to my sailing theory, and I've been doing that for the last 9 hours. I've got a good chunk of it done. I've still got a bit left to do before I can do my assessment. It's quite important because I've done our practical, which, as you'll have seen from the video from the previous podcasts and stuff, we went through and we got done, which is great, and passed. Still got to pass the theory, and that's the really hard part for me, because I just don't learn very well like that. I'm far more of a practical person in that sense, and I'm struggling with it, to be honest. I'm really struggling with it. So I made sure I got a good few hours into it today, so I'm just packing up now, closing down for the evening. Just putting the roof on the gazebo-y pergola thing, so the furniture stays dry. But yeah, so I really struggle with it. And yeah, and what that does basically is, well, let me just put this into a, let me just put you into an actual thing, and I'll tell you all about it. So that's a bit better. So there we go. So yeah, I really struggle with the theory side of it. Just the way in which I learn. I'm not good at learning out of books or off a screen like that. So it's not me at all. So trying to get through it has been quite tricky today, and in the days leading up to it. And to be honest, I actually have nearly quit about 3 or 4 times today. I nearly have jacked it in a few times. I've nearly thrown my computer across the garden. I absolutely have been like, I'm not going to do this. I can't. I'm just not going to do it. I just can't do it. I can't get my head around it. I can't figure it out. I'm fucking done. That's it. I'm done. And that's happened, like I say, at least 3 times today, in quite a heavy way for me. And what I've done at each time that's happened is I've had to sort of take a second, take that breath, take that beat, take that minute. I've had to recalibrate, rethink my own internal thoughts, rethink my process to a degree, and remind myself why it is I'm doing it and what I want to achieve. And it is that has pushed me back into it to keep going and to keep doing it and to keep pushing forwards. And I think I've probably broken the back of it now. I think I'm at over that kind of crest of the wave. I've still got the assessment to do, so I've still got to do the test. And remember, you're listening to somebody here that doesn't do well in tests, in sort of practical, in theory tests. Sorry. Didn't really do well in my school tests for the ones I actually took. I only collected my GCSEs for things through practical assessments like drama and through cooking, so food tech, and through PE. So those are really the only ones that I kind of picked up. Everything else was a bit of a waste, to be honest. So I've still got the assessment to get through, which is going to be quite tough. I've just got to get the rest of the learning done. But today was all about digging deep, perseverance, reminding yourself why you're doing it, what you want to achieve, why it's important to you as an individual, and then using that as the motivation and the driver to keep going and going and going, even in adversity, of the sense of, I just don't think I can do this. And I have a few times today gone, I don't think I can do this. But I've just had to keep pushing and pushing and pushing. And that's why having the goal is so key, or having that kind of that want at the end of the road, what you're trying to achieve, that vision of it is so key, because that is what you need when things are hard and when they're tough. You need to be able to dig deep, and to do that, it's so much easier if you've got something to hold on to go, that's why I'm doing this. So that's been a journey today. I'm just packing up now from outside because it's getting pretty dark, as you can see. I'm going to go in, I'm going to go sit in the front room, probably on the floor actually. I'm going to crack through just another couple of sessions if I can, just to try and get over the line, because I'd like to try and get to a point where I could do my assessment tomorrow afternoon. I'm supposed to be playing cricket, but I think it's been pouring with rain. So if I can get my assessment done, then that's my entire sailing course done and finished, and I'm all good, and I can then just crack on to work. My concern is if I leave it, or if I don't get it done in time, I don't get it done tomorrow, I know I've got a really busy work week coming up, so I probably won't be able to touch it until next weekend, and then I'm so much further away from the course, and my head's going to be in a different place, and I'm going to really struggle then to get back into it. So I've also got this time aspect now to me, which is only going to make life easier for me if I do it now rather than putting it off. And again, it comes back down to digging deep. So that's what I'm going to go do. And then we'll see how we get on. Ideally tomorrow we'll get it finished and get into the assessment world. It is 1 o'clock in the morning. I've just realised I'm in bed and haven't done my video, so I'm doing it now. So yes, I'm doing a video in bed, which I never do. I've got 2 questions left, but my head is fried. I'm knackered. I can't think anymore. So I've called it at 1 o'clock in the morning to go to bed. I'm going to do the last 2 questions tomorrow. when I get back from taking Jonah to cricket. Usually knackered. And then I'm going to apply for my assessment, so I can hopefully do that tomorrow, if not Monday evening, and then I'm done. Hopefully I'll pass. Good morning. It is coming up to 8 o'clock. I am still at home, which is fine. I had a really change in my day yesterday. Oh my God, so I'm just trying to make a smoothie at the same time. There's dogs everywhere. So yesterday I was supposed to spend the day doing my sailing course. That was the plan. Let's make a smoothie as we chat. That was the plan for me to finish my sailing course. I was also organised to play cricket, but it was supposed to hammer it down with rain. It was supposed to be a thunderstorm, to the extent I nearly didn't even take my cricket stuff to cricket with me. What ended up happening was there was no thunderstorm early in the day, as predicted. I ended up playing an entire game of cricket, which was really good. I really enjoyed it. I think I played really, really well, so I'm just going to wash my hands. Jacko. It's going to be the shittest podcast ever. So I think I did really, really well. I took wickets, I hit runs, it was good fun. We lost by 4, so those close games are brilliant. But anyway, so I did that. And by the time I got back, so I went to the pub afterwards for a couple of beers with the guys, and Emma came and Jonah came. So by the time I actually got back home and had some dinner, it was just far too late. I was just too knackered. And this morning I thought, oh, I'm not even going to, oh my God. I'm trying to lean you up against some egg trays. This morning I thought, I'm not even going to set an alarm to go to work. I know I've got some meetings this morning. I've just had a text message from Barclays about something. I know I've got some meetings this morning at 10, but I thought, I'm not going to set an alarm because I'm just going to wake up sort of normally, see how I'm feeling, and then go from there. And I'm feeling really good for that extra, what is probably an hour and a half in bed than I would normally take. And it means that I'm not in a rush. I've just got to move with a little bit of influence, I think, this morning is probably how I would say it, which is fine. That's good. But I didn't get any of my sailing course done. So I've still got 2 questions left to finish to complete the course, and then I can apply for the assessment and I can do the assessment. So my plan was go to work, do my day job, come home, go to the gym, because that's another thing that's running at the moment, is this week, 2 seconds. This week I've got a competition running with my wife to see who can do the most gym hours. What am I doing? See who can do the most gym hours in a week. So I was going to hit the gym this afternoon, which I'm still going to have to do, and then I'm going to have to find time to do my sailing course. So it's all good. And I spoke earlier in the episode. I'm just going to put this on to blend, and then you're not going to be able to hear me. I'll be back in a second, because if I don't, you're just going to hear this. I'm going to check on my watch, because if it's not on video. So I'm trying to get Jonah to record me whilst I do this, but I know what he's doing is he's trying to turn the video off and take selfies. I know he is doing it at the moment. That's fine. Okay, cool. Come on, let's go. Let's go. So I'm heading out the door. Hold on, I need to go actually make sure the ladies. Sorry, 2 seconds. Jonah, you stay here. You speak to the camera.
Yeah.
So just make sure your sister's up.
My dad's gonna be 2 minutes. He's gonna check my boring sisters up yet. I'm just gonna. Django! Here's Django. Django will choose you up. Hello. Sit. Django, sit. Good boy.
Lenny will make you scrambled egg if you like, Jonah.
Maybe, maybe not.
Maybe not. Thank you, Jonah. That's lovely. Right, let's go, dude.
I just cheering him up for the sight of Django.
Okay. Django, out.
Django. Out. Out.
Probably need to shut that door, mate.
Yeah. One sec, guys.
No, he's going to keep following you. Go on, he's in.
I'm back. I'm back.
Okay, so, oh my god, I dropped a banana. So I didn't get any of my sailing course done yesterday, so I need to finish that later. I've got a full day at work, come back, hit the gym, beat my wife in the weekly competition of most gym minutes. And then I've got to finish my sailing course, apply for my assessment. I've got loads of other bits to do. I've still got to finish my will as well, funny enough, or I've got to send the solicitors the stuff I need them to do to finish my will.
He's only 14 years old, he's not that old. What has he got to do his will yet?
No, I know, shh. It's fine, as long as I don't die. Shall I wear these shoes today?
No, wear those ones, yeah.
No, I'm not wearing my Vans.
Why not?
Because they're not the most suitable shoes for me to wear to work. Anyway, that is going to be my day. I appreciate this episode is a little bit all over the place. I am trying to keep it as real as I can. It is, what do we say, Jonah?
Huh?
What is it? It's entrepreneur life, isn't it? That's why it's all over the place. That's why it's chaotic, because these are the wrong shoes. That's why it's chaotic. These need to go in the bin because they've got, I think they've got like a little hole in the bottom. So I need to do that.
You wear those shoes a lot.
Well, I used to. That's why they've got a hole.
What do you normally wear to work?
Well, I would have worn my Vans, but today I'm going to wear my Adidas. But I need to get a new pair of Vans, and in fairness, I need to get a new pair of Adidas because these are...
Dad, do you think we need to get another shelf? Because then yours can be here.
Yeah.
I can have that shelf, Colleen can have that shelf, and Mum can have that shelf.
Well, at the moment we've got 3 shelves. Your mum's got one, I've got one, and you and your sister share.
And that's why there's so many shoes here.
That's not even including the ski boots over there.
Yeah. My shoes are on top of each other.
Well,
Colleen's
we can't
shoes
put
are
another shelf in because it will block the heater. But I know what you're saying. Maybe we should have another shelf and move the heater. Oh, we'll first world problem. Anyway, right, I'm going to go. So I'm going to drive to work. What a random episode. I don't know why anybody would watch this kind of crazy crap. But anyway, I'm going to head off. I don't know what Jonah's pointing the camera at.
I'm pointing it at you.
Okay, cool.
I don't think so.
So that's going to be it. So I will catch you guys in a bit, and I'll finish the episode probably when I get to work. Right, I'm going to finish off this episode. Do you know what? I'm kind of lost at the moment. I feel like I'm lost at sea, to use my sailing terminology. There's a lot of different things going on. I am still very much an owner-operator in the business world. It's something I'm desperately trying to get out of. It's something I'm not particularly good at. So I don't want to do it. I want somebody better to operate so I can go off and do the things that I'm good at. So that's kind of it. So I'm a little bit lost, which means that these episodes are a little bit lost because nothing in my life at the moment is getting enough attention. Everything's getting a tiny little bit, and none of it is now transpiring into good positivity. It's all kind of just ticking, and I'm not happy with that. So gotta make some big changes. That is what my next episode is going to be on. So that's coming up. If you watch any of the episodes, the next one is going to be the one. It is going to be me, 22 minutes in front of a camera, thrashing it all out, throwing it all out there, and just it's going to be a 22-minute counselling session, effectively, but it's going to be good. It's going to be some really nice little nuggets in there. There's going to be some really interesting bits around where we are, what we're doing, entrepreneurship in general. So it's coming. That's going to be the next episode. I'm going to finish this one now. But I do think what was important about this episode is that perseverance, that grit, that grind, that motivation to just get something, get it over the line and keep pushing, get it done. And I'm going to finish my sailing course, like I say, this evening. So I'm going to do the last 2 things. I'm going to get the 2 questions. I'm going to get my assessment sent off so I can do my actual final assessment. I'm going to get that nailed this week. And then by the end of the week, fully fledged Captain Joel. That's the plan, I think. No, that is the plan. I'm going to do that. And I'm going to beat my wife in minutes in the gym. So this has been Entrepreneur Life with me, Joel Campbell, and I am an entrepreneur.